What is up, podcast, and welcome to the Race Place Podcast Network. We have another amazing show for you. Juice Gang Gang, Juice Gang Gang, Juice Gang Gang in the house. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're on YouTube, whether on Spotify podcast, whether you're on Amazon Music, Google Music, wherever you're listening to us. Thank you so much for joining. This is going to be another amazing show, just like I said. But before I start, I want to thank my sponsor, Gordo's Barbecue. Gordo's Barbecue is some of the greatest barbecue in Southern California, and he does not only the pop-ups around here, but also special private catering. So if you need Gordo's Barbecue, go to Gordo's Barbecue on Instagram. Find him. That's Gordo's Barbecue on Instagram. Hit him up. He'd be a great show for you. Good food. Another great show. We're going to be joined today by my friend Kevin Dutoit. Kevin Dutoit is an amazing gentleman. He has a history that is like a book, and so we're going to try to get through all that, some of it today. It's going to be amazing. Some of his credits include CEO and team leader of over 509 agents for the not just any real estate agent. This is top. We're talking top tier. We're talking Keller Williams, ladies and gentlemen. This man was working for Keller Williams on and off since 2017. We'll talk about that. We'll find out whether he's still in the real estate game. I'm sure, I assume he's probably is. But we'll also get into today his hypnotherapy, his seminars. I get all these rumors about these crazy seminars that have happened, and this amazing speaker, and then also the hypnotherapy that he does with top tier Hollywood stars. So I'm looking forward to finding a little bit more about Kevin Dutoit, the layers. It's like an onion with this guy. It's amazing. It's going to be cool. So please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. Kevin Dutoit to the show. Welcome in, Kevin. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Ray. It's honestly, it's a privilege to be on Ray's Flabs podcast.
Oh man, thank you so much.
So you're kind of a legend in your own making, so I just can't wait to see you on the grand scale.
Sweet.
Being epic and and literally prolific. The Emporium of Ray's Flabs.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I need you, sir. That's why I need you.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And by the way, I love onions, so I like that. Onions, yeah. I was like the only kid who loved onions.
You like onions?
Oh, I love
as a kid.
onions. Oh, even as a kid. So two things, peas and onions.
You liked peas? What the heck?
At the time I didn't know, but I love peas. I would eat peas just like crazy, and so they had a little bit of a twitch.
What a trip.
In my flavors.
I always tell my kids like they go, I don't want onions in my hamburger. I don't want to, obviously they don't eat. There's no way peas is like way on space. But I always say like, well, don't worry, because when you get older, your flavors change. Your taste buds change, and as you get older, you acquire different tastes. And I didn't. I hated the crunch when I was a kid. The crunch in your hamburger. Like, Dad, don't put onions. He's like, you can just take it out.
The juices, the juices, the secret juice. Yeah.
I didn't like fresh tomato. A ton of Heinz ketchup. Right. Heinz ketchup on burgers, on fries, on pizza. Even crazy when you're a kid. But now that I'm older, some freaking sauteed onions, baby. There you go. Absolutely. Oh man, some grilled onions on the burger. All day long, baby. Right. So it's crazy. Nice, Ray, nice. You're a very interesting man. See, you guys see what I'm talking about? Amazing. Let's go. I'm glad you went all the way back, because that's what we do here. We're not just talking about where you are now. Obviously, a huge, successful gentleman, but we want to talk about that when you were a kid. This is a show about passion. So whether you're a musician, a painter, a speaker, a business person, it's all about passion, what your passion is, and then digging deeper, the why. Like, how did it all start? How did the Kevin Dutoit become? Yeah. You know what I mean? So we'll get to that, and how we do that, sir, is we go all the way back. And for you, my friend, we go all the way back to a little area called South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. South Africa. Give it up for South Africa. South Africa. What was it like? Kindergarten with Elon Musk? What was going on over there?
Well, actually, I went to the same high school as Elon Musk.
Shut the heck up, dude.
Went to the high school.
Is everybody? What's the name of that high school?
Bryanston High.
Bryanston. Spell that for me.
Bryanston. Bryanston High. And he went to then another high school he went to was Pretoria Boys or Pretoria's High. But when they say he was 3 years ahead of me. So like maybe we crossed paths, maybe we're in the same assembly or whatever, but never
You
in
were
the
a
same
freshman,
class.
he's a senior.
Exactly, there you go. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sort of thing. So, dude, is everybody at Braston High just like geniuses or what?
It's a unique. My mother moved there because it was a very sophisticated area, very opulent, very luxurious. So I'd been to homes and I'd been to my friends' homes for dinners and parties, and they would rival Bel Air any day. Rival Bel Air.
Really?
I'm talking big, huge yards, landscapes, private zoos. Palatial estate homes, because there it's a different lifestyle. There's the elites control the money, so it kind of trickles down from there. So there's a lot of poverty because we have the biggest settlements of gold and diamonds. So there's the whole world wants us. We're like the underdog child. You know, like the black sheep of the family.
Right.
But everybody wants us.
Because the diamonds are there.
And the gold. Absolutely. Gold's in every computer, in most gadgets, because it's gold. It never deteriorates. It's like the finest quality thing you can put inside a gadget.
Holy
motherboards, satellites, Elon Musk satellites. I'm sure he's a big purchaser of the gold industry.
Dude, so he, from the beginning, there's this whole thing about this area, and you start to learn about it through Elon Musk. We're starting to learn through Kevin. There's this whole area of unique individuals and a luxury series area where it's almost like bigger than Bel Air, you're saying?
The homes are, yes. So yeah, so the landscaping, the yards, the pools, the jacuzzis. We're talking opulence, Ray, that you haven't seen.
Amazing.
And trust me, in America there's some homes that they'll blow South Africa out the water. However, we have it more in a bigger quantity. Here it's kind of
few in between.
Exactly.
Few in between.
Like
there.
the Tyler Perrys have that big, huge, palace.
Right.
But that's Tyler Perry.
Only.
There's some entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs can do really well because they're ambitious and they're motivated. South Africans work very hard, and they also work very smart. When I came to America, it was the opposite. In America, you work very hard, and you barely have any time for yourself. You get like 2 weeks vacation a year, and then you can barely even go away, because by the time you go away, you have to come back again.
Exactly. There's always a fire to put out. You got to get back.
Yeah, this is action, Canada. This is capitalism, and I love it.
Yeah.
Again, I wasn't used to having to commit, 99% of my time to work. I wanted my month vacation.
You're right.
We have the most public holidays in any other. I mean, I don't quote me. What I'm saying is, I know we have every month there's some special holiday.
Well, I'm sure it's like Europe, like Paris. Let's see, 3 weeks off. I said, 3 weeks, okay.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt. But,
yeah.
See you in 3 weeks time, Jay. That's right, yeah.
Exactly. It's crazy. So yeah, America is just good. That's why we're so fast paced. That's why we talk fast like we're doing. Everything is fast paced.
Advanced, because you're always at the forefront. You're always setting trends. Every decade you're setting a trend. The rest of the world is just cruising. They're plateauing. America is every decade setting a trend. Now we're going electric. Now we're going flying cars. Before that, we're having the 60s, and we have the 50s with Studio 54.
Right.
The movie industry, you know what I mean? It's like never ending. They're always setting a new standard. The rest of the world can't catch up. So they're watching, that's why they want to be here, Ray.
They want to be America. They want to be Hollywood.
This is the last best place left. I love South Africa. I'll go back tomorrow. Yeah. The problem is the government, the corruption, it's a broken system. The people, to me, they're my people. Right. South Africans are my people. Right. However, at the end of the day, I can't sustain that lifestyle because you're constantly in a threat. You're constantly looking over your back.
It's dangerous over there.
Absolutely.
It's dangerous over there.
So you sought to defend yourself. You're your own police force.
What about what are some of the? I know that the rural areas are dangerous. Some of the gangs that are involved in South Africa are dangerous. What other is it from within as well? Like some of the political pieces of
absolutely. It starts at the top and trickles to the bottom.
Wow,
it starts at the top. So the sad thing is, we put our politicians in power, then they use it against us. That's the problem.
Oh, they do opposite.
So instead of serving us, Ray, I'm telling you right now, South Africa would probably be one of the baddest ass countries in the world, universe. Mm-hmm. Except you've got some dumbass, except you've got some really chronically people running the place, and so they make silly decisions, and then they leave it up to us to fix it.
Jeez.
So you become very self-sufficient. You have your own police forces, and you carry your own protection. You have to move into gated communities where you can protect yourselves and your families and your friends. Now again, that is for sustainability,
sure,
not for production. I'm talking like e-commerce, commerce. We need business.
Yeah. So if everything, I can imagine it.
The government keeps taking this way, so you keep finding other avenues, loopholes, to sustain yourself. Then when they figure that out sooner or later, because they're I call them a bum in a seat. That's all they are. A backside.
Oh, bum. For you non-English, that means the butt.
Yeah, exactly. That's all they are. And when they eventually catch up and get older, that guy's making too much money. They start directing their attention there. They come with different laws and regulations.
Wow.
And the problem with government in general, across every single country, and I take the responsibility, they don't know how to run a business. They don't.
Yeah.
They've never hired, fired, done payroll, done P&Ls. They've never made profits. They've just taken and then distributed.
Yes.
That's not business.
Yeah, generally what the government does is take and then distribute out to the people.
Our taxes. So let's not go there. Yeah. Let's focus on the positive things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's a great point. When did you come over from there to America?
At 2 years old, my dad worked for the airlines, and we got transferred to a small set of islands off of the coast of West Africa.
How old was this? Did you say?
I was 2.
2 years old.
So at 2 years old, we go to Cape Verde Islands, and I was there till I was 5. So my first language was Creole. It's kind of a slang Portuguese.
Yeah.
And then my mother wanted us to learn English, so we came back to South Africa, and I went into English school, and I had, for the first 2 years of my school existence, was brutal, because I had a hard time going from a love language to like a heart-stirring English language. And then having
and this was in South Africa?
No, the Cape Verde Islands. I learned Portuguese.
In Cape Verde.
Creole is like a slang Portuguese.
Creole is like what they speak in New Orleans, right?
Yes, it is.
Same thing.
Correct, exactly. So when I go there, I'm eating it. Oh, I love it. I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. The spices, the mud water.
Jambalaya.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
So you go to Cape Verde and you learn Portuguese at a very young age.
It's a slang version called Creole.
And then Creole, and then she puts you back in a school in South Africa,
yeah. So
and it's English mostly.
It's all English. So there you have to learn English, second language Afrikaans, or vice versa, depending if you come from the Dutch side or the English side. And you have to learn an African language.
Ooh.
So I chose Zulu. Just because Shaka Zulu,
How do you pick? There's like 50 tribes out there, right?
There is. I mean, again, there's something like 11 at least. I'm talking Southern Africa.
11 tribes in South
African
Africa.
languages. I'm talking like English, Afrikaans, Zulu, Xhosa, Sotho, all these kind of different.
You chose Zulu.
I chose Zulu because Shaka Zulu.
Because of the movie. It was running. How old are you?
49.
40, so you're my age. So yeah, Shaka Zulu was out when we were young.
Oh man,
that's the 80s, right?
That's right, Ray. That's right.
The 80s, exactly. The big.
I always follow the legends. So my high school, Elon Musk, of course. Another gentleman was Johnny Clegg.
Johnny
Clegg is for the band Savuka. He was a big. He was like a white guy in an African tribe sense of music group.
Whoa!
So he did all the dances, and he'd go onto the mines and dance as he'd go hang out in the mines. And learn to dance the way the tribal people danced.
Johnny Clegg.
Yeah, and learned their music. Wow. And then eventually he formed a band. He's like the only white guy.
Yeah.
And he just reigned because it was so unique. He has this, the
white guy that knows all the traditions.
The cops would come and raid the mine campuses. They're like these apartment buildings. And here's this white kid in the middle of they couldn't understand.
Just jamming.
But he was accepted as theirs because he spoke their language. He had their culture.
Wow.
He could dance like them. He could sing like them. So, Johnny Clegg, I get goosebumps.
How do you spell his last name?
Clegg, Clegg. I believe it's 2 G's.
That's awesome.
I haven't been back in. I've been in America for 29 years now. So, I'm going from muscle memory. So not everything's going to be precise. But Johnny Clegg, Johnny, of course, and then CLEG.
Is he still alive?
No. He passed away a few years ago.
Oh, wow. Johnny Clegg.
So he also went to my same school. And then I don't know if you know who Saul Kersner is.
Saul Kersner.
He built Atlantis in Bahamas.
Okay.
He built Atlantis in Singapore.
Is it the same as like the Kersner Group or something like that?
The Kersner Group, exactly.
Yes.
So he used to own Holiday Inns back in the day.
Oh, crazy.
He built the Lost City in South Africa, which is by far one of the most excellent, most extravagant hotels in the world.
Dang.
Dubai right now is kind of off the charts. But
Yeah,
back
Dubai's
then,
got flying cars and stuff like that.
exactly. But back then, Saul Kersner was it. So I was kind of kicked out of my school, and they wouldn't accept me back after my second year of high school. So my mother dumped me in this kind of rough neighborhood school because they accepted me.
Oh, wow.
And because he was there, because if Saul Kersner went here, and this is a rough environment, a rough neighborhood, there were lots of Lebanese and Portuguese kids there. I'm like a white kid.
Yeah.
If he could come out of this, I've got some hope, right?
So that was your mindset. You're like, if Kirshner can do it, that's interesting. So you always, even at a young age, you look towards mentors or somebody's greatness.
Greatness
Good
is
word.
my birthright.
Greatness is my birthright. Woo, love it. See, we're learning today, ladies and gentlemen. Holy moly, holy moly.
It's very simple programming. What you focus on, you become. But the mind focuses and expands. It can never go back to its original size. It's a muscle.
That's my problem. I can expand, but sometimes it's I don't know if it's an American thing. We keep coming back. Hey, no, you suck.
Motivation is only temporary. So hypnotherapy is permanent. That's what I learned. That's why I have a diploma in clinical hypnotherapy. Not just that, I got high honors and the director's award. I did in 1 year what takes 2 years or more students to do.
You did that in 1 year?
Yeah.
Holy moly! When you were doing all this real estate stuff, you're in America. You get a fashion degree first of all.
So I was the youngest fashion designer in South Africa at 17 years old.
Wow!
I went to so they kicked me out of high school. I went to one high school. They kicked me out. Second high school, I said to my mother, "You're gonna take me out of this place. It's kind of a little bit dodgy."
You have something in common. I got kicked out of high school twice as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I said, listen, I said to my mother, and I love my mother. She's an amazing. My mother's a rocket scientist, so I love her.
Rocket scientist?
But she's very logical, very analytical. So I said to her, if you don't take me out of the school, I'm running away.
Whoa!
And so she knew me because she trusted me, and so she took me out because it was a bad environment. So then, what is she gonna do with me? So she knew I loved. She put me in a whole day psychological course where they studied me, analyzed me, I had to do different activities, and they said your son has 3 choices in life. Be a jewelry designer, interior decorator, or fashion designer.
Why did they pick those? Did you dress? I mean, you dress really well now.
So, I didn't understand.
Did you dress well back then?
At a young age, my grandmother was like my go-to person, and she used to knit. So I asked her, and I'm not talking maybe 9, 10, 11. I want to knit as well. But I want to make money, Ray.
Oh, for you, it's all about the money.
If I knit a scarf
even at
or
9
a
years old.
sweater, exactly. What can I make to sell? So she will make scarves because they're easy. It's just a long piece of cotton, and then you make it, you sell it.
It sounds like my daughter too. She's got the whole crochet thing. She's trying to make money.
First of all, just to lay it very straight, ladies and gentlemen, I love ladies.
She loves the ladies.
Don't get anything wrong here.
Let's get it straight right now.
I'm very secure, Ray, in my processing, my decision making, my iconic masculinity. I keep feeling myself that.
Nice.
Because everyone gets me the other way. I'm like, listen, I love EDM, which is if I want to have a good party, go to West Hollywood. Have a good party.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd have no problem with that because that's who I am. I can relate because I can relate to that vibe. Doesn't mean that I'm it. I know at the end of the day, what I'm attracted to is a lady.
Well, I think people assume. I think what you're getting to is that they assume that if you're in fashion, you're homosexual.
Correct.
And if you're like in my business, nails. If you do nails or you're in the nail business, you're homosexual. It's not the case.
You're a married man.
I'm a married man.
Kids, yeah.
The president of the company is a man, and he's married. And so
I have 5 sons.
Yeah.
For a reason.
5 sons.
I'm a very busy man. 5 sons for a reason.
No TV. Just
no TV. No, thank you. 2005, I believe, was the last. 2005 or around 2005, 2010, I shut the TV off. I said no more. The programming was atrocious.
Oh,
it was
big time.
Mindless, and it was just so off the charts, silly. I said switch off, and I canceled TV. I said done.
A lot of what I see is it instead of like it giving, it sucks
because
your brain out, right?
They're programming that is called limiting belief. So you're watching, they're telling you what to do, so you do what they're telling you to do. Instead of you, Ray, discovering your true purpose, what your contribution is to life, because you're here for a reason. So what is that contribution? It's entertainment, it's educating, it's called edutainment.
Edutainment, there you go. Ladies, you see what I didn't know what we were doing until this very moment. See, that's what Kevin Toit does. You got to get on his website, get on that website. Eventually, after the fashion, you get into America and you start dabbling in real estate, starting in 2012. But not just any type of real estate. Obviously, I mean, we're getting to know, obviously, it's greatness with you. Greatness. You're not just in any real estate. You're immediately dealing with celebrity-like listings, right? Luxuries type stuff, like things.
All the time. So something that I attract.
Wow.
Now that's the prior Kevin Toit. There's a new Kevin Toit. The prior Kevin Toit came to Hollywood, went to Hollywood as a fashion designer because I wanted to. This is talking back in the day.
Oh, so this is how you start making those connections.
Yeah. I wanted to be the designer for Julia Roberts and Meg Ryan on the red carpet at the Academy Awards. So my goal, in order to have exponential growth, is get in front of the whole world. How do you do that? Yes, I can go to New York. Yes, I can go to France, Italy. I can do that, absolutely. No, go to Hollywood.
LA, baby.
Exactly. So I went there, and the fashion industry was very cutthroat and very small.
Oh yeah.
So once I was in it, I realized, man, this movie industry is kind of exciting. This is fun. It's just I'm creative again. And so I went for that, and I just excelled. Within a year and a half, I was working at Amblin Entertainment, DreamWorks, SKG.
Yeah, Amblin.
For Steven Spielberg, Jeffrey Katzenberg, and David Geffen for 6.5 years.
For your designs?
No, for them. I went from fashion to film.
Oh, you went straight into film?
So I went into film, and my mentor, I've known him for 29 years now. He owns 2 movie studios in Hollywood.
Fantastic. And what's his name?
His name is Renaud.
Renaud, you come on the show. Fantastic. Glad you did. So what are you doing? Are you filming? You behind the camera cinematography?
So I was behind the camera in the beginning, but I really wanted to be in production. So a guy in my complex in Studio City was in the mailroom at DreamWorks.
Oh, okay.
So I said to him, if you can get me in, here's my resume, get me in, because you have to kind of know people. It's not,
it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly. You don't just need your resume. Different. Exactly. And I'll tell you what. So he recommended me. He was actually leaving, and they asked him if he could refer somebody, so he referred me.
Boom!
When I went for the interview, there were 2 positions. One as a production assistant at Amblin Entertainment, or one in the mailroom at DreamWorks. The guy, Brian, he had resumes this tall on his desk. He said, Kevin, this is who you're competing with. So I knew already the feat was...
astronomical.
Off the charts, exactly.
Off the charts.
Thank you. So I'm like, oh, crap. So I sold myself so bad, like commitment. I'll be a massive asset to the mailroom. I mean,
you overblew. I will wash your car for you. I will do your laundry. I'll take your stuff to the cleaners.
Polish your shoes.
Polish the shoes. I'll do everything.
So he was impressed, but I knew I had tough competition because it's who you know. The next day he called me and he said, Kevin, there were 2 positions. I wanted the production assistant job at Amblin Entertainment because I knew who Steven Spielberg was. I knew that, of course, being in film industry.
Everybody knows. Right. By that time, E.T.'s out. Everything's out.
Jurassic Park. I just got onto Saving Private Ryan at that time. So the first movie I worked on at DreamWorks was Prince of Egypt, was an animated movie. Then my second movie was a live action called Saving Private Ryan. I worked on everything from artificial intelligence to Gladiator to evolution.
Doing production for the movies.
Post-production. Editing. Audio,
that's
special
why you're
effects.
So good at editing. If you guys go on his YouTube channel, you're gonna be freaking out. Whoa, dude, it's Hollywood.
If you look at my
it's got the blur, everything.
Absolutely, all the graphics. If you look at my Instagram account, it's all movie posters.
Oh damn! That's the style. Now I get it, dude. He made me a flyer for this. It's gonna come out soon. Yeah, it looks incredible. Right. He did some crazy stuff.
We're gonna have a blast. I love to be creative. That's how I thrive.
I love them. I've just started to get into editing, like with DaVinci and all that like amazing. That. So I'm just eating it up, like watching YouTube videos, and now I know you. So we're gonna have a lot of fun.
That's right. Eat it up, live it, breathe it, sleep it. Prince, why he became so successful, besides other things, his nature. When he was eating breakfast in the morning, he had his guitar. When he went to bed at night, he had his guitar. He lived
it's like
with
Richie
his
Valens,
guitar.
He's walking to school with his guitar.
He lived with it.
Wow.
So no wonder the guy is a landmark in the music industry.
Put in the time. He put in the time. And you can see that in everything, in boxing, in guitar playing. Everybody that's been on this show, artists, painters, all the different artists, it's always about putting in the work.
Absolutely.
You know, putting in the time and dedicating yourself. And the ones that make it all the way to the top, like you mentioned, Prince, that's the highest level you can get. It's because he put in even more time than most. Kobe Bryant's another example.
Oh my
After
gosh.
everybody's hanging out at the back, he's still shooting balls at 2 a.m. It's crazy.
They're doing 2 exercises a day. He's doing 4. He's doing one before they arrive and one after they arrive. So after they leave.
Crazy.
You can't beat that. He's in a year's time. He's so far beyond his teammates they can't catch up. That's why Shaq said to him, because he kept holding on to the ball. Shaq said to him, "Hey, you know, there's other team members here.
Yeah,
there isn't an I in team." He says, "There is a me though." Kobe Bryant is a legend.
Beast.
He's a legend.
Beast. I didn't know he was like. I watched him for the whole life that he was there, but then I didn't know like when they show a lot of like he would talk mess to people. He would talk some stuff to people.
You're not getting the ball unless you participate. Unless you're on the same league as him, you're not getting the ball. Then that was the listen. Shaq's also in his own league, okay, but that's a battle royale.
There's 2 leaders fighting it off.
Absolutely, yeah.
The Black Mamba, baby.
Black Mamba.
Black
I love
Mamba
it. Yep.
for their. They don't call that for no reason.
So I came to Hollywood again, just climbed the ranks fast and furious. Just my last movie at DreamWorks was Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. And
Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Remember the Crystal Skull? It's at Disneyland in the stores, and I film that thing every time I go there.
It was the last movie for Steven shot on 35mm film. Okay.
Ooh,
and then we went straight to digital after. That was the last movie that was ever. I'm not talking. Chris Nolan. He still does like 75mm. He's a big IMAX guy.
The Oppenheimer movie. He filmed that all on.
Absolutely. He does a lot of his stuff still in film, but the rest of Hollywood's digital.
No way. Yeah, he wouldn't.
Steven was the last guy to come into digital. Because he's Steven Spielberg, that's his choice.
He can do whatever he wants. He's got a portfolio that's endless.
Right. Then the 2008 crash happened.
2008 crash.
Lost everything. I had a skateboard shop in Venice Beach.
Skateboard shop
called
Dogtown.
Oh, I love it, Dogtown. Yeah, that's exactly where I went there. Opened up a skateboard shop in Venice Beach.
Venice Beach. That's where the mall's from.
2008 crash happened. Lost my job at Disney.
So they just start laying people off because there's no film at this time. You guys got to remember, it's almost like the COVID. They start laying people off. Houses go plummeting. That's the only reason why I have a house, is because they were so cheap. It's just a horrible time. 2008, a lot of people out of work, people getting laid off like crazy. So they lay you off.
Right. Devastated. I had some money, closed my business because I had my job, which funded my business. I'm a hustler. I'm always looking to kind of leverage this to attain that. Whatever's going to work, it's kind of like as moving parts, right?
Genius. You got to have all the cards.
Absolutely.
See which one plays well.
Right. So I had some money in the bank, and I said to my wife at the time, I said, listen, we've got some money. We're losing the home. We're losing our furniture. We're losing everything. The big screen TVs. Let's go back to South Africa, because our money will take us 15 times further.
Had she ever been to South Africa?
Quite. She's been there five times now.
Did you meet her there? Or you met her?
She's California babe.
California,
blonde hair, blue
eyes, and you wanted that in the Corvette.
And she loves us, and I tell her all the time. She's my ex now, but she knows us. We talk almost daily, give or take.
Awesome.
I said to her, if she didn't like Pamela Lee Anderson, I wouldn't have married her.
Yeah. You were Hollywood, baby.
Exactly.
There's no.
I know what I want.
There's a certain way,
and I'll decide. I'll make decisions. Thank you very much. No one needs to decide for me. My failures, and there's more than anything else. My failures, I take accountability, responsibility. Did they hurt? Did they affect me? Absolutely. But let me tell you what. They've polished me.
Yeah.
They made me an extraordinary human being.
Wow.
All those failures, all those losses, the relationships, the business, the money, the opportunities. You guys want opportunity, you're gonna love this. So I have my skateboard shop. I'm buying the clothing, the brand to fill my skateboard shop. I go down to, there was a big action sports event every year in San Diego in the conference down there, stadium down there.
For the surf, skate, big old convention.
Everything, snowboarding, clothing, brands, lingerie, but active stuff. You got to be sexy, outrageous, and crazy.
They got active lingerie too.
Got to be MX. All right. I go there and I'm looking I've gone for the 2 days. I'm picking up all the brands. I actually had I had the license for Black Flies at the time, and this other
Black Flies is big.
Yep, and this other brand called Fatal, some other kind of brands. I had the license for South Africa.
Black Fly shorts, all that stuff.
I go to the end of the conference area, and it's massive. It's not big. It's massive. And I go down, and there's a small booth all by itself. And it's called GoPro.
The GoPro.
So I walk up to them.
Nobody knew what GoPro was back then.
Nobody. They
What year
were
was
this
this?
little...
Around the 90s?
Or
late 90s?
2009, 2010, 11, right about there.
Wow.
Around about there, in that era, or maybe a little bit sooner. I really don't remember right now. It could have been 7.
X Games was out. Nobody knew how to film this thing.
Yeah, this is kind of back then. I'm really trying to do... I don't remember exactly. I have a busy life. I should jot this stuff down and so I can remember it.
But nobody knew who GoPro was.
No.
You just see this booth. And
so I go walk to him. This is elderly gentleman. So he's not cool. He's not young. He's not fresh. You know what I mean? I'm kind of swagger.
He's a boomer like us.
Yeah, he wants to sell me this camera. And I said to him, well, it's a little square camera. I'm like, well, how much is this? And that time, I forget that it was like a couple of $100. And I looked him in the eyes. And I said, nobody will ever buy this.
You can't even get one for $200. It's $400.
I did that.
The smallest one.
I did this. I remember his face because I've got a very good memory with the names and faces. That's why I knew who you are, Ray.
Oh my god.
And I said this to him. Big mistake. Let me tell you what happened.
Was that the creator of GoPro?
No, he was part of their marketing. This guy.
My god.
It wasn't okay because I know who the creator is.
Wow.
It hurts me. I'd be a multi-billionaire today.
Multi-billionaire.
And he was prepared to give me the rights for South Africa at the time because nobody knew GoPro.
He was looking for distributors right there.
Absolutely, exactly. They were.
my God.
I'm hustling him, talking to him. I know the lingo. I've got him. He's a marketing. I'm talking his language.
Right.
He gets it. 2 years later, it was 2008 or 7 or 8. 2 years later, me and my wife and family go to South Africa in 2010 for the FIFA World Cup.
The FIFA World Cup.
Land in airline. My family is very wealthy off there, so we have a good life. And I land there. We go to the local, it's called Northgate Mall. I go to the local mall. As we walk into the mall, now I got my wife next to me. I got my kids around me. I got 2 kids at the time. Walk in. Every other store had a GoPro stand.
Jesus.
This is the first time my wife looked at me disgusted and disappointed. She almost in her mind, she like hit me.
Do you think that was the beginning of the end or what?
Saying, Kevin, you said no to GoPro. That was me.
The biggest camera from then all the way even today. I wish I had a GoPro.
That was me.
I wish I owned a GoPro.
I would. And no BS.
You almost own half the company.
No Ray BS. I'd be a multi-billionaire.
You'd be a
billionaire, not a million, billionaire.
Billionaire.
So these are things that we go through. We learn lessons. So never say no. So the lesson I learned from that was never say no. Just commit and figure it out.
Wow.
Never ever say no. Now, if they're trying to enforce their opportunity on you and you really don't want to do it, rather ask for more money. Say, you know what? I don't want $1 million. Actually, I want 10.
Okay, so I want $10 million.
So then they go, well, I can't afford Ray. Ray's too expensive. Wow, we went above our league. He's in a whole nother. He's in the metaverse. Forget the universe.
Yeah.
So then that's different. You see, but I had to learn these lessons because they were painful.
Wow.
They were painful.
Wow.
Another lesson I learned. I did a movie in Hollywood. I got into the Guinness Book of World Records in 2002.
From the movie?
The movie. No, I directed a movie, one take, 84 minutes long. Never been done before. The only movie was done by Rope, which was directed by Alfred Hitchcock. I beat Alfred Hitchcock.
You did this movie 84 minutes live?
84 minutes live on a digital camera. At that time, digital was just coming in cameras, but they were big cameras. They were like this big. You had to put them on your shoulder. They were big, heavy cameras. The digital tapes were only 60 minutes long, so you couldn't go past it. But our movie was about 90 minutes long. So Sony said we've got this new camera out with 90-minute cassettes, digital cassettes. 90
minutes.
They're about this big, 90 minutes.
Wow.
From New York, they sent it to us in California. We shot the movie over 3 days. It was 5 takes. The first take, my cameraman, after 15 minutes, passed out. He was a famous cameraman on Jurassic Park doing the underwater stuff for Jurassic Park.
It was just too much.
It was too much for him.
What the heck were you filming? Were you like flipping around or something?
We were filming in diner where a psychopath goes nuts and holds all the diners hostages and then torments them for an hour.
Was this called Pulp Fiction?
It was called Bug Night. He's supposed to be the bug night? He's supposed to be the bug man coming in to fumigate the place.
Oh,
he comes in and holds them all hostage and then torments them.
This?
No, I didn't write it. John Kim wrote it.
John Kim
I was the director.
Bug Night.
Bug Night. I'll send you the flyer.
Is he still out there? Can we see that? 84 minutes? There we go.
Go to the black web if you want to, you know.
the bug that so did they put you in the Guinness Book of Records because you could do it in one take?
Yeah, so nobody could beat me. It still hasn't been beaten today. There was another gentleman that did three scenes in one take.
Yeah.
But I was the only person.
Nobody, no cinematographer wants to even do that. Because we like to cut.
My brother-in-law went home because I said, because I know everything in my head. I know all the transitions. I know all the cuts. I know all the acting. I know everything because I've been rehearsing for months.
It's hard to do. It's a room with people.
It's a American diner in Hollywood. So my brother-in-law runs home and gets his motorbike. He's a motocross guy. He loves off-road in the desert and so forth. Gets his motorbike here. And we tape, and he gives me his helmet. We tape the camera to me. We tape it.
To you?
To me. So I was holding with one hand as I was putting with the other and going through 80. Well, we did 5 takes.
Because the other guy passed out, he couldn't do it.
Listen,
you gotta do it yourself.
I don't blame him. We put a lot on him, and when it came to push comes to shove, I gave him an impossible task.
Right.
I did. And again, I'm taking accountability. Nice. So I've got all the actors. We spent months rehearsing. We've got the diner for the weekend. They closed down for 3 days. So we had the diner. There's no way walking away. So what's the solution? I just figure it out, man. Ray, just figure it out, guys. Don't walk away. Don't quit. Figure it out. Even if you botch it up, at least you tried.
Tarantino's got nothing on you, my friend.
Oh, I love Tarantino.
You did the Pulp Fiction scene in 84 minutes.
2008 crash happens. We go to South Africa. I bought a Mercedes-Benz van, and we traveled for 18 months around South Africa, eating hot dogs and drinking Coca-Cola. That's all we did.
That sounds lovely.
It was amazing. We watched so many sunrises. Fun. We went to hundreds of different beaches.
Oh, adventure.
We chased baboons. We went into the forest looking for elephants. We were on beaches watching surfing competitions. I mean, it was absolutely fabulous.
Holy moly. And there was no Instagram back then, so you have no footage.
No, I think I have one. Yeah, my ex has a few pictures of us sitting with a few beaches. There were some pictures, but there was cameras back then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they turned them into Walmart and then they bring them back.
Came back, and I'm back here. And because I thought after 18 months, okay, the economy's back again in America, everything's hunky-dory, this is 2011, late 2011, everything's good, because we went there for the FIFA World Cup and we stayed there for 18 months. And all of a sudden, Ray, I come back and my friends still aren't working.
Yeah, it didn't until like late 2012.
12. Yeah. They lost their homes, they lost their business, and I was just like, again, I'd been on safari for 18 months, so my mind wasn't in America.
It's almost like a movie. You're like, you left space, went to outer space, came back, and
I was scared.
Zombieland.
So then I tried. I stopped sending out resumes at 999.
Nobody's hiring.
I said, done. So I said to my exes, I said, listen, it's done. It's done. This is like late 2000. I said, it's done. There's no hope in Hollywood. We have to find something else. So I went online. And I said, I want to be by the beach. And I've been to Laguna Beach hundreds of times. I said, and there's lots of South Africans that are living in Laguna Beach and Irvine. I said to my ex, I said, let's move down to Orange County and start a life there. My uncle, my family in South Africa are very successful in real estate and commercial real estate.
Your uncle's in South Africa?
Yeah, my family. They own Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue is one of the biggest commercial companies in South Africa.
Wow. So you kind of, have you been seeing it? Like
I've been around hotels for sale and commercial buildings and residential, pretty much my whole youth.
Big contracts.
So I'd seen it. I in a sense tasted it. I would be chasing my brother and my friends down the hallways of hotels with fire extinguishers. Oh yeah, we're naughty. South Africans are naughty.
Wow.
They're very. They don't ask for permission. They apologize afterwards.
There's no. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Yeah. You know, there's no limit, right?
And let me give you a secret about South Africa. We don't say sorry. We say forgive me.
Oh, wow. So does that mean?
So if you're a man of faith,
that mean you're not sorry?
Exactly. We're not sorry. We're not going to ask you for permission. We're going to do it.
Grace.
But if you're a person of faith, whatever faith it is, you've got forgiveness, right? So forgive me.
Forgive me. I may do it again, but forgive me.
Forgive me. I'm not sorry. Forgive me.
I like that because you don't want to be sorry.
No, listen, I'm not sorry for like what I made a mistake. I've made so many mistakes in my life. I don't want to live with guilt and regret. You're cuckoo, man. We're civilized human beings. This is sacred. This is a temple. Wow. Let's do the right thing, Ray. You know what I mean?
Yes. Awesome. So you see it. You start going online. You start seeing it. You decide to get your license.
Come down to Monarch Beach. It's a small little city between Laguna Beach and Dana Point.
Whoa.
We lived in between the Ritz and the St. Regis at the time. It's the place called the Villas. We lived there. When I got my real estate license, and I just took off.
Because some people are lucky to get into real estate. Some people are lucky to even smart enough to pass it. You don't just get into real estate. You are doing big real estate. You're like big homes. You're at a division in Keller Williams Realty starting in 2014. Eventually working your way to doing having 509 realtors under you, and then doing a mass of $551 million.
Over $500 million in closed sales volume in 1 year. It's a mindset. So instead of chasing, you attract. Now that's the previous Kevin was a big chaser. I chased opportunity before. This is before the big thing that happened in our world in 2020. Before that happened, I was a big chaser. I was a hunter. I was always chasing, hunting.
All of us were like that, right? Before 2020 woke us up.
Oh man!
I don't know if it did that to you, but it definitely woke me up.
Crack in my universe,
right?
In many ways.
You thought you would everything would be the same, and that thing cracked.
I started to hear about
universe.
this, learn about that, see about this, and I realized everything. And I'll tell you on your show, everything's a scam. It's all a lie. If you believe it, it sucks to be you. Wow. If you believe it sucks to be you.
What do you mean by that? Everything's a scam. Everything you do,
your daily routine, your daily job, your 9 to 5, buying a car, buying a home. There's more sophisticated ways to do it than what they're telling you on TV.
The whole rat race thing.
It's a lie.
Wow.
It's modern day slavery, Ray.
100%. I got the scars.
Modern day slavery. Unfortunately, sucks to be them. People are they just go with the flow. Oh, but this is how it is. No, it isn't. It's about self-mastery. Who is Ray? Who's Ray's flavs? What is it? And just charge for it, give it all you have. But you see, they don't. Again,
did you have this mindset when you were crushing in real estate? Were some of these the techniques where you're already picking up hypnotherapy type techniques, or this was before that? Because
I was one of the top recruiters in Orange County in 2016 and 17. Me and my business partner at that time were the top recruiters in Orange County. In 2016 and 2017, we had recruited about 356 agents to our brokerage. We ran together. I was his VP in a sense. I was called an assistant team leader, but we worked alongside together. Yeah. So our production was double. It wasn't just him feeding me, or it was him doing all the work. I did the same work as him.
Working together.
Oh yeah, we crushed it. People our numbers were double, triple sometimes. Like, what are you doing? Because we were a unit. Yeah, he was a very smart man. Very smart man. Shout out to Tony Fletcher.
Tony Fletcher, come on the show.
Yeah, he's scary good. But I'm the voice. He's the mastermind. He's strategizing. He's planning. He's attacking. He puts me on the front lines. I claim the territory.
Tony Fletcher is the Dr. Dre of real estate.
Oh, I love it. Yes, he is. He's gangster. He's gangster. So and he taught me a lot as well. And I've had some other good leaders. My whole goal was, before the big issue, presenting issue, was I want to make my $1 million, but not just my $1 million. I want to skip the $1 million because that's too difficult, and I want to focus on the $2 million. The first $1 million is so hard to make, so then ignore that. Just go for the second $1 million.
Just straight pass it up. And
I did, and I was very accomplished. I was very successful. Some leaders didn't love me. It's okay, that's fine. I was their competition. Even if we worked the same company, it didn't matter. My castle is my castle, and if you weren't part of my castle, then you were kind of an outsider. And that's okay, because I'm not yet to make other people feel worthy if they want me to do it for them. No, this is a synergy. This is a joint venture.
Right.
I don't work for anybody. That's not how this works. We work together with each other, or else you're your own team. I've got my team here. You be a team, or you're on the bench. I'm the 18 winning the Super Bowl.
You're either affiliated or you're not.
Right.
Bottom line.
So crushed it, Ray. Crushed it. Every single day, I was in the office at least by 7:30, 8 o'clock. Prospected all morning till noon, and I set about 2 appointments a day in the afternoon. So the first year of recruiting, I went from setting 4 appointments and getting closing one agent. Because agents are very hard to close because they're trained, born salespeople. They're very hard to close. Real estate agents.
Why are you trying to close the agent?
Because I want them to join my brokerage so I can have their production.
Oh, I see. Because a lot of friends I have that are in real estate, and it's interesting how in the old days it used to be about selling the house. You got a property, you're gonna sell it, you're gonna help people sell. Nowadays, and since 2000, a little bit before 2000, it's about networking.
It is. So when I've had more training than probably most of the team leaders at the brokerage, because I was in training 1 week of the month. And they actually released me of my director of education training for the company because my training hours were double than the average CEO.
Wow.
So the head office in Texas.
In one of the newspapers, they were calling you the CEO of the company.
So I was a CEO. So they said the head office in Texas said, this guy needs to stop because he's making our CEOs look bad. Promote him. So I'm going to promote to vice president, which is the thing. Then I became a team leader. So I had a goal, I had a mission, Ray. I had to set 2 appointments a day. It was very easy. But my second year, I had a 2-to-1 ratio. So with 2 agents I met. The reason you want to recruit agents to your brokerage is because my job was to recruit agents, top talent. Because then I would drive production, and the retention was whining and dining them, having a party, take them to lunch, spoiling them in a sense of to retain them to the brokerage.
You're creating your own pyramid, basically.
Claim your market territory, my friend. Absolutely,
nice.
yes.
Wow.
It is.
Because whatever they're doing, you're getting a piece of that action.
Everything's a Christmas tree. Everything. There's a guy at the top. Yeah, more power to him. I want to be him. Yeah. The rest of you, it's okay. We're all part of the scheme.
Yeah, we're all part of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy. That's crazy.
Just how far do you want to climb, Ray? How far do you want to go? Most people don't want to sacrifice. They don't. Right. They're uncomfortable being uncomfortable. Me, I'm uncomfortable so I can get comfortable. So that to me, money solves a lot of problems. Oh, money's evil. That's nonsense, man. Yeah. It's not that I worship money. I love money. Money's sacred. Money solves a lot of problems.
It does.
So the reason most people are broke is because they don't treat money as if it's sacred. We're sacred. This water to my body is sacred. Ray, come on. This ignorance, this limited belief is so sad. And the sad thing is, most people walk on the streets, that's what they do. And they've always got an excuse instead of a reason. Because they don't want to face accountability, because then they have to take action. And if you want to be massively successful, you have to take massive action. And then guess what my success will be? Massive action.
Massive action, exactly.
That's my revenge. My revenge on everything, all my failures is massive success.
Your revenge on loss, your revenge on your L's.
I failed so many times. I've lost count, Ray. Lost count. So then I went ahead and because I was recruiting all these agents, I got somehow I had them crying in my recruiting sessions. I was like, because I was getting to know them. My first question would be, this is to what you said earlier. So, Ray, what's your big why?
Yeah, my big why? My big why is I want to have everybody's story who's never been told on my show and heard, because I don't think enough people's story have been heard. Even the small guy all the way to the top, all the in-betweens, I want those stories heard. That's my why.
That's your rocket ship launch platform right there, exactly. Yeah. I would start there. Most people, they've never really even thought about that. I'm talking most. I'm not talking everybody. I'm talking most people. Yeah. Then I'd help them. I'd show them a sketch in Business 101, how they could attain their goals, how I'd show them to do that, because it's Business 101. And I had thousands of hours in training, so I knew exactly how to get to their inner core. Once I got that, a lot of them are doing it for their children. I said, I understand, but you're supposed to do it anyway. So, I'm working for my children. I'm like, really? You're working for your children?
Most people,
but you're supposed to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So what are you doing for you?
Yeah.
Well, but it's about kids. Really? It's like, okay, but I have kids, and that's my responsibility. It's like, I've never been to jail because I'm not supposed to go to jail. Supposed to be a good citizen, pay my taxes, pay my bills, and take care of my family.
Do you think it's because they don't have the macro outlook of like legacy or things that are further than those?
Their parents failed them, their schools failed them. Now, again, it's not a bad thing. It's just that sadly, our parents, we're inheriting their habits.
100%. There's neighborhoods where the people all. There's areas where like they will all think the same, not bad or good. Certain areas will just. There's an area that I know that I deal with a lot, where the education system and the people in that area, they're basically like, well, as long as we get a job, as long as we graduate high school, that's good enough, and that's fine. That's great. But then there's other areas where you see like they're trying to strive for a little bit higher. Maybe they can, maybe not. At least they have that ambition to try to strive for that. But their literal small town areas that I've dealt with, that the whole, like, you would think, oh, one or two people, but the whole area has the same mindset as well. Nobody in my family ever went to college. Nobody ever did more than this. I just want to be an auto mechanic. Nothing bad with being an auto mechanic. I just want to work I just want to work at Jack in the Box.
We need them. And when my Benz is these repairs, I'm not a professional. I literally, Ray, the only thing I can do is maybe, which I don't, is it helps me jumpstart their car. Do not ask me to change the oil. Do not ask me to check the oil. I go to pros. I pay them every 6 months. They do organic oil for me. I go to pros. I don't want to be. I want to be a knower of everything and a master of none.
Right.
I want to be hyper focused. So recruiting all these agents, I learned, okay, I'm in a sense, I'm mentoring them. You know what I mean? So after almost a decade, since 2012, when I got my license, to the I call it the presenting issue, because I want to be careful with our words that we use on online.
Sure.
I got laid off, and I was like, hold it, I've made you millions of dollars. I've done over $1 billion in sales for your brokerage, and you just kicked me out. So I walked out empty-handed. This is when the presenting issue happened that we all had to shut down. You don't. But
you still walked away with your percentages, right? Your.
No, they take it away from you when eventually you leave the company. So that's also big. It's all big. It's all
crazy.
BS. You guys are liars. I don't get any cent anymore from what I did for you guys.
Oh wow.
And they know who they are.
That's allegedly. And if you want to come on the show and talk about it, you can.
They know the company knows who they are. So I then went ahead and now I'm shut down. I want to educate myself, so I started to look at becoming a real estate developer instead of, because I do transactions, but it's hard to compete with your kind of same. I was competing with my same kind of people, so well, let me do the next best thing. It's being a real estate developer. So you get shut down out of Keller Williams. You try to do your own thing. I read that you try to do your own thing. The patterns didn't work out. The same patterns weren't able to work because of the you obviously have a big baseline there, and so you get out of real estate and try to do developing. Real estate development. So during the shutdown, I went to school to UCLA and I did real estate development. Became that's where you got your degree in construction project management.
Yes, there you go.
However, it just didn't fuel me. It's like I love being on site. I love seeing all the activity, but you're more of a project manager, and I'm glad I know, but that's out the way. Then me and my ex, go through a separation.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I'm in a much better place now.
What year was that?
That was 2021.
2021.
So then 2022, I'm broken. I've had a crack in my universe. I moved to Bend, Oregon to live by my brother and mother who lives up there. My brother owns a Hungry Hound. It's the only dog food cart in Bend, Oregon.
Dog food cart?
Cart, like a food cart.
He owns a food cart.
Food cart, but only for dogs.
Only for dogs.
So you can get waffles there, like waffles. You can get hound hamburgers, cheeseburgers, only for dogs.
Smart little business. Hounds. Is he doing well?
He's actually opened up this weekend, so that's what I'm dropping it in the podcast right now.
There's a drop, and if he wants to come in, we do digital as well.
Absolutely. So I'm going up tonight. My son's DJing in Newport Beach. I'm gonna go watch him tonight in Newport Beach.
What? DJing. Your son's a DJ?
Yeah. He has another drop. DJ Sam Duran.
It's DJ Sam Duran. Come on the show. You know what to do. Hit me up in the DM.
I'm seeing him tonight. He's DJing in Newport. Then I'm going straight up to Bend. I mean, of course, I just want to get over the grapevine, and then I'll take a nap, and then I'll head the rest of the way.
You're going to drive all the way up to Oregon?
I just put cruise control. I do 68 miles an hour. 12 hours all the way up to Bend, Oregon.
Chill. Beautiful. All the way up to California.
I just cruise. I got my EDM. I love EDM music, electronic dance music.
You like the ring.
And I just cruise all the way up, and I'm happy. And by the time I get there, it's all gone. I'm happy.
Driving up California is beautiful. I just came back a couple weeks ago from Northern California. Nice. Oh my God. Little light rain, beautiful green trees. Oh man, it's a great atmosphere.
So I go up to him, but in my mind now, I'm separated. My kids, I'm not. My entire universe had a crack in it. So there's a big separation.
Real estate's done, divorce goes through, and then
the divorce is still in progress. We've been 2.5 years in the progress, but yes, that happens. So I'm up there. I need a place to stay because my brother can't be staying in his house. He's got 3 ladies, 3 little girls. My mother's got a little small place up there. She retired up there. So I went and I bought this meth addicts this meth addict bloody trailer.
How did you meet the meth addict first of all?
On Facebook Marketplace, you're selling this thing, and I looked at this thing,
so let's
it was
get it.
a piece of garbage.
So
But I had
you were into
$1,000
meth
at the time.
It's just you were looking for a place to stay.
Like, how old is it?
I just want to clear that the air for you.
Yeah, I can help you with meth. You got meth, you come see me. We can clear that up during hypnotherapy.
Get rid of those bad habits.
Right.
So you buy this little.
Fergie in Black Eyed Peas was a meth addict. She was taken off of meth because of hypnosis, because of a hypnotherapist.
Really?
I can say that. You can do it, Google online.
Wow,
Fergie was a meth addict, and through hypnotherapy, she was taken off meth. That's what we online. That's what I've heard. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
That's all right. This isn't a big show. There's probably not.
But lots of celebrities, lots of elite people, especially sports athletes, all have a coach as a hypnotherapist. So think of hypnotherapy as a success coach for the subconscious mind. We go in there in an induction, and we take you really deep, so you're very relaxed, and then we're in a sense. So look at it this way. This is your head. You're looking at the world through your consciousness, which is 10%. This is your subconscious, your brain, which is 90% of your programming.
That's a lot.
What happens is under hypnosis, okay, your subconscious mind will only accept positive change. It's called positive suggestibility. So my message units have to be positive. When the subconscious mind realizes that I'm safe, I'm positive, because it only knows itself. The subconscious mind doesn't know. My subconscious mind doesn't know that you exist, Ray. It doesn't. It's very selfish. It only thinks about itself. So when it feels, oh, this is safe, it will open that doorway to subconscious mind. I'll come in, massage your brain, I'll desensitize the negativity, the addiction that you have, or the trauma, and then I'll empower, I'll positively add something else to replace that.
Wow. But by doing that, you have the power to also like make them like the president assassin, or like that movie.
That's MK Ultra. I don't MK Ultra. That's the another 3-letter company. I can't go there. I can't go there.
So, so there is an evil side to hypnotherapy.
There's always a dark side in everything. There's a dark side to the police force. There's a dark side to lawyers. There's a dark side to the average person on the street.
Wow. But now so how did you get it? You're sitting in your trailer. What are you? I'm sure just all down and everything.
I was this close to depression. I'm talking like hairline. I knew I was in trouble, because I was having panic attacks. I was crying. I was hiding. I felt abandoned. I felt rejected. All these things were going through my head. Now, when that was happening, I was going, how can this happen to me? I've been a CEO a few times of companies.
Right.
I've lived in Hollywood. I've lived in LA. I've lived in great places. I've lived in Newport Beach. I've lived in Monarch Beach. I've been around opulence and luxury pretty much my entire life.
You're successful. Successful, and so that's what.
But this 90% was working against me. The 90% was working against me, and it started to go down and down and down.
Wow. That's what's interesting. And this happens a lot of times. It happened to me as well. You're like, I'm somewhat successful. Why would somebody leave me? Did you have that kind of question?
It makes no logical sense at all.
No logical sense.
But you see, the subconscious mind, it's in panic mode. It's in freeze, flight, and it's fight, freeze, and then I'm sorry, I'm going through all that.
Attack mode. But there's probably freeze and attack.
It's a primitive mind. My mind's going million miles an hour.
Survival mode.
So forgive me. It's fight and flight and freeze mode. Those are the three. So at that time, my brain was in a freeze mode. So I was in this $1,000 trailer. That I'm telling you right now, it was a meth addict's trailer. Not the place I bought it from, but the trailer itself, because everything was covered inside with the
like silver,
reflective silver.
like
you couldn't see out foil. You had one big sofa in the middle,
and all the glasses in the camera were like.
You want to? My sister-in-law had to go in with lavender and burn the thing because it was bad. So that was where I'd gone. I'd gone from living in Newport Beach, living down in a $1,000 trailer that was the skankiest thing I'd ever been in my life. I didn't see myself there, but I knew that.
Did she take everything? I don't know if that was that part of it.
No. We just we had a huge fight. I left and
took off.
And I went to my family because that's comfort. It's my family, but they're not in LA. They're up in Bend, Oregon. So I drove up there, and over 6 months, I realized I had better get myself out, because if I don't get out of this pit on a snowy day with a lion in it, in my subconscious mind, I'm in trouble. Yeah. So every day for thousands of hours, I listened to motivational videos. The problem was, I'm talking everything. You Dr. Joe Dispenza, Tony Robbins,
Yes,
Robert
name drop.
Kiyosaki, Donald Trump, you name it, Grant Cardone, Brian Buffini, Tom. I listened to them.
That whole network.
All of them,
guys.
every single one. And I listened to young guys and new guys and other guys. The problem was, the motivation was only temporary. So I get excited and happy, and I'd go outside to the world and go, oh, I'm not ready.
And run
then
back
I'd
in.
Flight back to my little camper.
Right.
Out in 4 acres, out in the bend of Oregon, that had no lights and no water, and my brother was running an extension from his home all the way to my place. However, I met this guy called Jose Silva.
Jose Silva, come on the show.
Yeah, he fixed radios, and he learned that radio waves affected the brain. So he started to learn how this affected his children in learning.
That's probably why music has so much to do with movie making as well.
Jose Silva, I think it was like Argentina or something like that. And so I started to listen to his audios, and he'd have this clicking in the background and kind of like all these sounds, and it started to trigger my brain in different ways. So that my brain couldn't focus on one thing; it kept being diverted to different things. So think of it like shiny object syndrome. I kept bouncing off the wall.
Like,
however, after that, I felt very relaxed and very calm. So Jose Silva is called, I forget what his system is called. Jose Silva. It's a mind method system. His kids started to excel because he started doing that to his kids, and all of a sudden Jose Silva's mind system started working on me. Then I realized
it's like when I listen to your videos, the same thing happens. Like you get real relaxed, you come out, just more confident. I don't know why, refreshed,
comfortable,
I've been listening to your stuff all week long. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It's amazing.
So then I thought, what is this? How can I've never heard of this? It's meditation in a sense. How come I've never meditated? But if I read the word, okay, the word of God, it says that meditation and prayer, supplication, fasting. I've lost over 10 pounds in 4 weeks from fasting.
Wow.
I go 1 day, then I go 2 days, then I go 3 days, then I go 4 days, then I go back to
Just
1
water?
day. Just water.
Wow.
Just water.
There you go.
Not exercise, not working out like crazy. I'm going to get there. I first want to lose the weight. God, this little chubby thing here.
This is what this part of the show is about, food. So
It's fasting. My friend Michael introduced me to it. When you practice these old methods, not the new fuzzy wuzzy new stuff, whatever it is, it's all kind of a candy coated system of a candy coated system. If you go back to the source, that's where the magic is, and you bring it to the present. Now you have transcended to enlightenment. The problem with people is, and Sun Tzu said this the best, those that are depressed is because they live in the past and they bring depression to the present.
Sun Tzu said that?
Yeah. Those that are anxious live in the future and bring the anxiety because you're always anxious about tomorrow and into the present.
I love that. You said that on one of your videos. I love that.
Thank you. When you have alignment, when you are in alignment, peace.
Presence. You talk a lot about presence.
It's called the generous present. This is a generous time you and me have together, Ray.
Generous. That's even better than presence. You're making this sound even better.
You are my primary focus right now. I'm not answering my phone. I'm not looking at my phone.
Hell no.
You're the most special person in my life right now.
Awesome. I feel good.
And then when that's done, I go into my next thing. You know what I mean? It's all a journey. It's a hero's journey. When you get into the present, generous moment, then things won't trigger you anymore. Things won't alert you, or somebody can't just throw a wrench into your emotional engine and all of a sudden freaks you out.
How do you stop the dang phone though from like it vibrates? That's whacking you out of your
discipline.
state.
Just discipline. Just put it aside. Put it on disturb. It's discipline. It's discipline. Trust me, because I love my phone. My phone is everything to me. It's my business. It's my social media. It's my emails. I love my phone. I love it's my business.
Right.
It's sacred to me. Okay, but I also have to learn to have boundaries and resist. The sad thing is humans are not taught to resist in school. They're taught to, you do this now. And so you just follow orders. You just go.
You become that slave.
You go out and you have to play football. No, I don't want to, but you have to. So you just do it because, so after many years, but after 9 years old, you're not programmed to do whatever has been suggested to you. Not really told, hey, it's a good idea to go outside. Oh yeah, that's okay. No, it's not. It's bloody overcast.
You get you sunburned out there.
Exactly. So then I realized I watched this young kid. He was 25 years old. This guy's this guy's scary. Mark Zell Klein.
Mark Zell Klein. So you start watching this guy.
25 years old. This kid's a multi-millionaire, and he's a hypnotherapist. So I'm going, how can a 25-year-old skinny kid be a multi-millionaire? At 18 years old, he went and he got certified as a hypnotherapist.
The same company that you got certified from?
Yeah, we go to the same school. You know, Dr. Joe Dispenza is?
Oh yeah, Dr. Joyce Dispenza.
Joe Dispenza. Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's a big meditation, big alignment guy.
Oh, okay.
He's a big hypnotist. We went to the same school. Tony Robbins is a hypnotist. He's a master hypnotist.
NLP.
But he's a master hypnotist before. Yes. At 21 years old, he was a hypnotist.
Yeah. So he's into Richard Bandelier and all those guys.
Oh, exactly. Richard Bandelier and all those guys.
Yeah.
The reason I know is because my friend was trained at 21 years old by Tony Robbins to be a hypnotist. My friend's a certified hypnotist from Tony Robbins.
Wow.
At 21 years old.
So
that guy's tapping into your psyche like Tony Robbins, you have no idea. He's so laser focused. He's straight through you.
I love his stuff though.
Now he uses NLP because NLP doesn't take you into induction of hypnosis. NLP, I'm using words. It's called message units to induce you. I'm making you focus on me, and eventually you wake up and now you won't smoke anymore. Now you won't be scared of driving on the freeway.
I love that. I love the way he organizes life, though.
Now, some of that stuff needs more reinforcement. Hypnotherapy, I'm having direct access to the subconscious mind. You're like this. You're in a deep sleep, and I have access to the subconscious mind. I go in and massage it, and I desensitize that negative response, which may be you can't stop drinking alcohol. So I desensitize that. So think of it as I've taken knob from 10 to 0 in a big control room and turning that down from 10 to 0, came out going, and then whenever you smell alcohol, you get nauseous. That's what we're having them do. We're desensitizing that negative trauma because it comes from childhood trauma from the age of 0 to 8. All those bad, it's called known associations, all those things that happen to them. Bullies, school, parents yelling, neighborhood kids, whatever it may be.
All the negative things that they went through.
It ate all the caps. It caps. This is called the critical mind, the firewall. It caps all that known association program at 8 years old. And from 9 years onwards, it's just modern memory, but it's not as impactful as your 8 to 0 when you come out of your mother's womb.
Interesting. So if you can protect them from 0 to 8, you're good.
So I go in there into that programming. Sometimes you change the modern memory, but that's very rare. It's at 0 to 8 that you want to have access to. The subconscious mind, critical mind, firewall. Think of it as a firewall, so it could be stopping that.
Wow.
But in hypnosis, you can open that.
What do you do for somebody like me? I want some ultra confidence. Like everything I do, ultra confidence. I want to be on stage, ultra confidence.
So the thing with hypnotherapy, it's on-demand transformation. You don't come see me for a year, 10 years. No. You see me for maybe 6 sessions. After that,
Dunzo.
Then you become dangerous, right?
Ooh, look at that.
Because your confidence is off the charts. You wake up feeling like a warrior.
Wow.
You want to go out and just claim territory and be the best that you can be. This isn't it, Ray. You are not about anybody else. You are about you. Let's just get that very, very clear, everybody. Don't, be empathy, keep quiet, man. Nonsense, man. Focus on you. Take care of you. Polish yourself. Be self-mastery. And trust me, everything around you will be glorious.
Then you can help other people.
But everyone's got this excuse. Oh, you're not empathetic. Oh, you're a narcissist. Narcissism was in the 90s. People, wake up, man. This is the 21st century.
Well, nobody cares about you anyways. Like,
right, they all act, oh, shame, nonsense, man. I'm so over the BS, right? Yeah. But you all feel so good. I'm glad your life sucks. Get it together.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you can pay your rent. Get it together. Get a job.
Right. There was a comedian I saw, a very famous comedian who was on YouTube during an interview. He goes, "It's funny that he's like, when I was on coke, when I was on my down, my everybody, my family, my friends were, hey, how you doing? Everything all right? But when he started getting famous, he started getting on movies and Friday and this like that. They were like." Oh, what, you think you're better than us? What the? So he's like, what the heck is this?
That's called envy and jealousy.
Yeah. He's like, what the hell is
because this guy can afford anything he wants. He can go buy a Bugatti for $2.5 million. Amen. More power to him. He can get a private jet. Amen. More power to him. Amen. Because that guy's doing more for society than the local guy who thinks he's cool because he's got the nicest car in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
but he can't even afford that.
Right, and it's
Elon
crazy.
Musk, all these guys that have these big corporate, they're hiring hundreds of thousands of people around the world.
Yes.
I'm not saying they're perfect human beings because there's no such thing as a perfect human being. They are excellent though, and their contribution is massive.
It's amazing.
Yeah, a human being, an average person could never contribute to what those guys are doing. But everyone has an excuse for success instead of saying, hey, instead of acknowledging, this is what I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with this.
Yeah, I know you're running out of time. We're at 1 hour and 7 minutes.
Okay, I'll leave you with this. 99% of people's negative traumatic triggers is fear of failure, not success. Oh, I've got this fear of success. No. You've got a desire for success, but you're scared to try because you might fail. That's the key here. My coaching for the subconscious mind for massive success is when I go in there.
What could they need? These are actors. These have the perfect face. They got hair. They have the best job in the world. They're in front of the screen. They've got cars. They've got ladies. They got everything. What could this person need from that hypnotherapy has for them?
Triggers. I want to all of a sudden instantly just bawl, cry, just tears come out of my face. Trigger. I want to laugh. Trigger. That's what it's just. It's triggers. Every response that you have is a trigger from something emotional.
So what do you mean? What are they lacking? What do you mean by triggers? Like what are they...
peak performance. So they can cry and they can get sobby and so forth. But if they really have to cry, if they really have to act, if they really have to be at the peak performance actor or actress, you have to elevate their program. You have to upgrade their program.
Helping them with their performance. Absolutely. It's like Mike Tyson. I saw him on an interview as well. He's like, they're like, what can you be scared of? You're the biggest fighter. He's like, yeah, everybody sees me fight. Everybody thinks I'm great at fighting. I am great at fighting, but I have performance issues because I want perfection. He's like, I'm striving for perfection. You think it's good, but I'm striving for perfection.
Do you know that his coach was a hypnotist?
Yeah, he said that.
And his coach would take him to another hypnotist.
Yeah.
At 13 years old, Mike Tyson is in the locker room getting hypnotized. I've seen the videos. Do your own research, but I've seen it for myself.
No, I've seen him talking about how he went to, what's his name?
He would come out at 13 years old, and you could just think of killing that guy in the ring. Yeah. At 16, he's at the Olympics. It was going, who's this guy? Peak performance. So he crunched time because his coach was very smart. Said, hey, I'll make you the best. So I'm going to take you 10, 20, 30 years. We'll do it in years.
Yeah, it's a great shortcut.
Yeah, you'll be making money and be on TV. And guess what?
They were very specific. That's what he would say. Like he would hypnotize me about the left and the jab and the movements. They were very specific about each thing.
By the 10th strike, when he hits him on target, he'll drop. And by the 10th strike, the component drops. The opponent drops.
So that's why he was so funny. That's why you see like a guy like Tiger Williams. He's like, all my masters are like a dream to me. My father used to hypnotize me, so when I won, it was like a dream. Like I wasn't there. And
he would go to boot camps. He participated in the boot camps. Wow. The other names I can mention, they'll probably offend people, so I'm not even going to go there because to me they're pretty impressive people. They'll tell you, when I went to go learn to be a kickboxer, our coach was a hypnotist.
Amazing. It's an amazing jumpstart. It's an amazing shortcut, if you will. Can I say that?
Of course it is. Now, it's not a healing or curing mechanism. It's something that you have to reinforce. So, for instance, our school became famous. School's been around for 30 years, 3 decades.
What's the name of the school? Drop the name of the school. ADT or something?
Yeah, HMI.
HMI.
People would go there, rock stars would go there because they had tinnitus. It's brain trauma from loud music. And
can you get rid of that? Because I have that too from playing percussion.
I've worked and I've helped them. Yes.
What the heck?
So if you've had tinnitus since you're 12 years old and you're now almost 50, and you come see me and you're driving through the forest, and all of a sudden you stop and pull over and you go, hold on. I can hear the birds. Hold on. I can hear the leaves fluttering. That's transformation. That's not having to live with a symptom because of brain trauma at 12 years old. That's transformation.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Life-changing.
That's life-changing for me.
That person has peace now.
Yeah, because I've been playing drums for years and percussion. I stopped because I can't even hear anymore. So I can't hear great. So that's amazing.
It's a mechanism. There's a lot of energy in your brain, sparking going. Like when you start to work on it, think of it as me massaging your brain. So you can't massage it now. Like, when you get a sore arm, you massage or something. I'm massaging the brain. I'm polishing it. And eventually you come in there going, there's no such thing as healing and curing.
I wish I would have asked that question. You answered it for me. It's like that should have been a good question that I asked. Like, okay, once you get this polishing done, am I done? Is it gone? Like, so let's take fear for example. If I have a fear of speaking, once you change that in me and reprogram me, it's not over yet. You still gotta keep.
Some reinforcement, but it could take one session with you. It depends on how much you want it. I surrender to my subconscious programming to be excellent. I can work with you. But if there's resistance, it's going to be a battle royale because I'm working with your 10%. Sorry, you're working with your 10%. I'm working with your 90%. Now imagine if we have 100% success. Then what happens, Ray? You walk out of that session, you'll conquer your universe.
Hell yeah.
You'll be the master of your destiny. You'll know exactly where you're going and how to get there.
But how do they trust you? Like, that's a lot of responsibility for you.
All my clients are referral. I can't sell myself online. Nobody's interested because everyone's, okay, sucks to be you, that's your problem. Sucks to be you, that's your problem. You're going to do it, that's not my problem, it's your problem. I do not take it other people's responsibility, Ray. I'm not interested. I'm not. My clients my benefit is financial, appreciate my craft and my skill. Let's go, bro. Let's go, Ray.
Nice.
Let's make you a billionaire. Let's go. That isn't just mediocrity because you're a mediocre guy. That's because you've got elite programming.
Nice.
I'm not talking rich kids because rich kids haven't made. They don't have to even try. I'm talking people that have had to climb the ranks.
Have to make that success.
This guy, since his late teens until where he is now, has been fighting. But guess where he started seeing a hypnotherapist? In his early teens. Now he's
a
scary.
beast.
The women don't leave him alone because he just attracts abundance now.
Wow.
The law of the universe.
Wow. I want to leave it with that. I know you're out of time. Check out Kevin Dutoit on Instagram, and then also listen and watch Kevin Dutoit on YouTube as well. If you need any information, I'm going to put the link in the bottom in the description of this podcast. The link's right there. You guys can click on it, find out more about it. He's got a website where you can actually click on the different sessions. There's different sessions that he does for different things. You're an individual. You're a special person. He's got different opportunities for you, different tiers, different things that he does, and they're different price points. You click on it, bam, you hit the schedule, he's in. You guys are seeing each other on Zoom. It's an amazing thing. Again, Kevin Dutoit. Kevin, thanks again for your time. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. We are not done. I think there's stuff that we can go further in. Let's
get deep.
Go deep.
Mind, body, and spiritual psychology. That's the future. That's called evolutionary therapy. Not the stuff from the 90s. Those days are gone, Ray. We're in an evolutionary therapy environment.
Fantastic. An evolutionary environment. We've got so much more to talk about. We'll have Kevin back on. He'll come back on and we'll do a bunch of other stuff on mind, body, and spirit and get you guys rocking and crushing out there because this is the Race Flights Podcast Network. Thank you so much for joining. Juice Gang Gang, Juice Gang Gang. Stay thirsty and not dangerous, my friends. Have a great one.
Thank you, Race Flaps.